Today is Whip Wednesday, coming to you on a Thursday. This week I've been working on a couple of different projects. Some of them I have done in some of my videos, some of them have been done off camera, but I figured I would bring you all along with me to finish these projects up. Hey y'all, my name's Anastasia and I am the owner of RJ Crochet, where I make wearables, plushies, and accessories. If any of those things interest you, or you like to see the behind the scenes of a small crochet business or crochet vlogs, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the bell to receive all the notifications of when I upload. I do upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. As mentioned, some of these projects have been featured in some of my other videos, one of them being in my Scrap Yarn Saturday video this past weekend, and a couple other items from my January prep with me for my drop video. I'll be sure to link those in the description or in the card above somewhere. I don't know which side it is, to be completely honest, but it's somewhere up in the corner. The first thing I may or may not do, actually I don't know what I'm going to do first, to be completely honest. I do have my 3 different puff stitch wristlets that I do need to weave in the ends, add in my key ring to make them a keychain. So I've got my gold one here, purple, and green. Those are like my Mardi Gras themed items. The next item that I have is my moss stitch scrap yarn scarf. Now this is probably what I'm going to start with because I think this is going to take the most amount of time for me to complete. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it because in my Scrap Yarn Saturday video I showed the wheel and whatnot. I don't know if I'm going to do that in this video as well, or if I'm just going to spin the wheel and run with it, because I don't want it to be a duplication of what I already did in my last week's video. So I'm going to have to contemplate and think about that, but this is probably what I'm going to work on first. Here is the beanie that I've also been working on. This is something I've been working on off camera. I think I mentioned maybe making this in one of my videos, the January drop prep video, but I never got to it. But this week I've been working on it. As of now, those are the projects that I have on hand that I need to finish within the next day or so. I have decided to go ahead and share the wheel with y'all as I am spinning the color for my next row. I figured I would do that because I want to finish what I started in my last video, and because the whole point of the scarf was to have the wheel pick my colors, and to ensure that's exactly what's happening, I want to prove it to y'all with the screen recording. So I'm going to go ahead and spin. Oh, just a reminder, in case y'all have not watched the video yet, or you may have forgotten because it's been a couple days and it's the new year and a lot has happened already. I don't know about y'all, but I know that about me. So if you're in the same boat as me, I feel you. This is where I'm at on my scarf. I ended on the green and I'm 13 rows in. The only rules that I have are if the yarn is not long enough to finish the row, I will not use it. And then if I've already used that color, I have to spin again to get a different color because I'm wanting it to be as colorful as possible. I'm going to go ahead and spin. Perfect. Maroon. Here's the maroon color. I went ahead and finished the maroon row, and here is what it is looking like so far with the other colors. I'm actually really happy with how it's looking so far. I initially did not. It was a little scary, not gonna lie. But I think it's going to look good because it's just going to have a bunch of different colors and they're all going to somehow work together. I don't know how, but I think it's just going to work magically. So I am now going to spin the wheel 3 times in a row. In my Scrap Yarn Saturday video, I did all of the colors all at once. That was too much. And then me just doing it 1 time, I don't like the flow of that. I'm going to spin the wheel 3 times until I hit 30 rows. And then once I get to 30 rows, I will determine if I want to stop at that point or if I want to go to 35 rows for the width of my scarf. I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel. I honestly am cool with any color, honestly. I think it's going to look good no matter what, so oh, okay, plums. I'm going to remove that. Royal blue. Okay, so plums and royal blue. Oh. Okay, party pink. Let me grab my yarn colors and I'll show y'all what the colors will be in the correct order that I spin the wheel. Here is the plums color. Here is royal blue. And here is the 3rd color, party pink. Here is an update on my scarf. I really think the pink is so fun and it brings a nice pop to the scarf. Same with the blue. And them paired next to each other, I really think that's a pretty combo. So I'll have to remember that, like, pink and blue, kind of pretty. Pink's not my favorite color, but blue is. So maybe that's why I like it so much. Speckled blue. I have not done speckled blue yet, so that's going to be the first color. I'm going to remove that and pick 2 more. Okay, speckled white. I did say that I was going to use that later on. Do I have enough of that color? I should. Y'all will see what I'm talking about once I show it to y'all. And I'm going to spend for my third color. Goodness gracious. Have I done all the colors? I guess we'll see. Remove. I've already done that one. Heathered blue. My third color is going to be heathered blue. So let me grab the colors, show them to y'all, and then I'll get started on my scarf again. Speckled blue, speckled white, heather blue. Here's where I'm at with my scarf. I added the 3 colors. I have 20 rows done. That means in 10 rows I'm going to check the size. Okay, I think the colors are so fun. Sorry, I'm looking in the viewfinder to see. I feel like even 20 rows would be okay. Like, it's not a blanket scarf, but it is definitely a decent width for sure. I'm going to think on this and maybe I'll stop here. Or I think I only have a handful of colors left. Maybe I could finish using those. I'm gonna go to bed and I will see y'all in the morning. Good morning is the next day. I just went ahead and got some coffee. I am currently in the parking lot of Hobby Lobby right now. I have been working on my beanie. Oh, I just undid a bunch of stitches. Oh man. I've been working on my beanie while waiting for Hobby Lobby to open because they're not open yet. But they should be open like any minute now. So I'm going in to get some yarn for like my Mardi Gras projects. I have no purple acrylic yarn, no green acrylic yarn. Well, actually I do have green. Yeah, I have green and I have gold, but I have no purple. So I want to see what they have and pick out some stuff for my Mardi Gras projects that I would like to have my drop for this month. And yeah, I figured I would bring you along with me. It would be a little something fun to do, you know? So I'm going to drink my coffee, I'm going to eat my banana loaf, and then I'm going to be going into Hobby Lobby. Here's what I'm looking at right now. I don't really see like the shade that I wanted, because this is like more of like a royal bluey purple. And then maybe this one. This is the color I have at my house. So let me grab this. And then I have the color gold, which is right here. Okay. And then that's like a, okay, I kind of like both. I'm gonna go with this one. This one's more bright and I think it fits better with the other 2 colors. I just got done going to Hobby Lobby and after looking at the yarn there, I liked the acrylic yarn from the Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, but I was looking for like variegated yarns and stuff and I wasn't really digging what I was seeing, so I want to come to Michael's too and see what they have. And I also want to look at the Loops and Threads Sweet Snuggles Light and see if I can find like some Mardi Gras colors to make some Mardi Gras plushies. Like, I'm having an idea to do a frog with a crown. Or maybe some other animals with a crown. I don't know. We'll see. I want to see what they have for like dark green, purple, and gold. So let's go into Michael's. I was hoping they would have pink here in this Loops and Threads Bulky Twist Cotton Blend, but they don't have it. They have this, but I don't think that's gonna be enough, and I don't want the orange. And man, my Michaels is like really slacking on the yarn. Here's the chenille yarn. The only color I found that I'm wanting is this purple, but they don't have gold. Like, they have that yellow, but I already have that. And then with the regular Sweet Snuggles, they have that color. So I think I'm gonna get the purple, but I want a dark green and a gold. So let me see what Burnett has. I'm back from Hobby Lobby and Michaels. Had a good little shopping trip. Let's see what I got. I got a skein of Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn in the color Jelly Bean. I got a skein of Sun Gold, and I got 2 skeins of Grape. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna make with it. I think I wanna make a beanie. I thought about making a scarf. I don't know if I'm going to have enough yarn for a beanie and a scarf though, so I'm going to have to really contemplate what I want to do. Actually, no, I don't want to make a scarf, because if I make a scarf, I don't think anyone's going to buy it, because the whole point of Mardi Gras is to wear the beads. I think I've already explained that. So I think I'm going to do a beanie. I'll do an ear warmer. And I don't know what else I'll make. If y'all have any ideas or suggestions of what I could make for like a Mardi Gras theme for my drop, let me know in the comment section down below. That's what I got from Hobby Lobby. From Michaels, I got a skein of Loops and Threads Sweet Snuggles Light in the color Meadow Violet. The last thing I got from Michaels was 2 of the 6-count plastic round baubles in the 3.5-inch size. I'm going to be able to market and advertise the Christmas products sooner, so I'm thinking they're going to sell a little bit better, and I figured since they were on clearance, might as well go ahead and get them. And that is everything that I got from Hobby Lobby and Michaels today. And I know that's not part of like my Whip Wednesday, but I figured I would just include it here because I don't know where else I would have included it in another video. But I thought it would just be fun to bring y'all along with me, have a change of scenery, because this is where I sit 99% of the time. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. I am now going to work on my Moss Stitch scrap scarf. That is a little bit of a mouthful, not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and spin the wheel now. Alright, so I'm gonna remove gray, and then that's the first color I'll be using. Cool. Neutral gold will be second, and then that leaves neutral for the third one. So I am going to grab my colors. Here is gray, neutral gold, neutral. I won Yarn Chicken. It was very close. I was a little nervous. I started sweating, not gonna lie, because I was gonna be so upset if I did this whole row and wouldn't even have completed it with only like, you know, this much left. But I even have enough for tails. That's fabulous. So this color is completely used up, and I'm very happy about that. Here is the update on my blanket. This is not a blanket, y'all. This is a scarf. I did go ahead and fix my wheel. I am now going to go ahead and spin for 3 different colors. I did take off all the colors that are not going to make the whole row. Change of plans. I am not editing the wheel because every time I've edited it, I cannot spin it. So if I get a color that I've ran out of or is not going to finish the row, then I'm just going to remove it and pretend it didn't even happen. I'm going to go ahead and start spinning now. Neutral I just did, so I will remove that. Party pink, perfect, so that will be first. Remove that. Brown and white. I already have heathered blue, or I don't have enough heathered blue, so I'm going to remove that. Maroon, perfect. So I have my 3 colors. I'm going to grab them real quick. Party pink, brown and white, maroon. It is later in the evening now. I did have to take a break to run some errands and clean, because unfortunately I'm an adult and I do have to do adult things. I can't just use my free will to crochet 24/7, although I would love to. But I didn't show the updated progress on my scarf before I left, so here is what it's looking like so far. I am absolutely obsessed with how this is looking. I think this is so fun and so colorful that no matter what you're wearing, I think it would work. However, what I am contemplating is whether or not I want to keep it or put it in my drop, and it's because Mississippi is not that cold. It does get colder in January and February, but I'm not outside enough to wear this, so I don't know if I'm going to keep it or put it in the drop. One of my errands was going to Dollar Tree, and while I was at Dollar Tree, I got some yarn. I know earlier today I also went yarn shopping, but I could not find a dark green plush yarn, and instead of ordering from Premier and having to wait for it to come in, I figured why not go check out Dollar Tree, because I remembered seeing a dark green chenille yarn. Here's what I got. Did I find what I needed? Yes. Did I also get some things that I did not need? Yes. Should I probably go on a yarn ban for the first quarter of the year? Also yes. Should I make a series for that? Maybe. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below, and I might do it like a monthly check-in, you know? I don't know. But let me organize this and show y'all what I got, and then we'll get back to all of my whips. The first type of yarn that I got was the Just Chenille Medley, and these are the colors that I got. Tan, black. This says Just Chenille, and the label says pink, but it is not in fact pink. So I'm going to say this is blue. Burgundy. And the rest of the yarn that I got was the Just Chenille regular standard line. 2 in hibiscus, 3 in black, 3 in lemon, 3 in salmon, 2 in aqua, 5 in deep emerald, 1 white, 1 in light green, I think it might be called mint, light mauve. That's everything that I got from Dollar Tree today. I am really happy with what I was able to find, because sometimes it's hit or miss with the yarn color selection at Dollar Tree. I would like to make items for like Mardi Gras, St. Patrick's Day. I would also like to, I'm thinking ahead for spring and summer as well. I've got to figure out how to put all this in here. Wish me luck, because it's already pretty much full, so hopefully it works out. I'm going to go ahead and get started on working on my crochet scarf. My scrap scarf. I'm going to spin the wheel now 4 times so I can get to row 30, and then I can determine whether or not I want to do more rows or if I'm happy with the 30. Okay, so yellow's the first color. Medium green. I already did maroon, so I'm going to spin again. White is the third color. Denim blue. Do I have enough of denim blue? I think so. I hope. I am going to go ahead and grab my colors to show y'all what I'm working with, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the 4 rows. Yellow, medium green, white, denim blue. I just finished doing those 4 rows, and this is what it is looking like so far. And I have actually decided to stop here. I am going to go ahead and add the tassels on, fix the length of these, because I mean, look how crazy this is. This is a little wild. So after thinking about this just for a minute, I have decided to add a tassel to every single row. I want this to look a little more full on the bottom, but still a little flowy, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping I can still achieve that by doing it every row instead of every other row, because I feel like if I do every other row, it's going to look like there are gaps. And I've also decided that if I have that yarn color for that row left over, that's the color I'm going to do for the tassel. Now, if I don't have that color anymore, then I will do white. Here are all the tassels done. Now I do need to trim my yarn, but I am going to wait to do that because I still need to do the other side, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. So this is what the side with the tassels, oh my gosh, I'm just swinging it everywhere. This is the side that has all the tassels on it. And I'm going to try and get it to where maybe y'all can see what the other side looks like next to it. I mean, that is a world of a difference. Right now I am working on my pink beanie. I don't even know what row I'm on. I'm going to work on this and then I'll get it all sewn up and then it'll be done and ready for my drop at the end of January. Good morning, it is the next day. I did go ahead and finish my beanie and here it is. I am absolutely obsessed with this color. I think I want to make something for myself in this color because I like that it's like a soft muted pink and there's a little bit of like white in it. I don't know if it's going to pull up on camera, but it's very, very, very subtle. So I'm very happy with this. So that's another whip completely done, and I am now going to move on to my wristlets and add my keychain portion to it and sew them together, weave in the ends. Here is my green braided puff stitch keychain all completed. Unfortunately, that is the only keychain that I filmed myself finishing. However, I did finish the other two, so I figured I would go ahead and show them as well. Gold, purple. With that being said, that is going to be the end of today's video. I am pretty happy with everything that I was able to accomplish in today's video, as I did finish most of the items I wanted to finish. However, I did not finish my scarf. I did not add the tassels to the other side and I have not trimmed them. But if you are interested in seeing the final result of my scarf, let me know in the comments and I can give a little update on it in my next Scrap Yarn Saturday video, which will be coming this Saturday. If you liked today's video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and click the subscribe button and ring the bell to receive all the notifications of when I upload. I do upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see y'all in my next video on Saturday. Bye!